Guys, SommCon 2025. I'm here with Alexandre Freguin. How you doing, sir?
Very good, very good. Great couple of days so far.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you here. You have a very impressive resume as well. You're a winner of the UK Best Sommelier 2018. You're also a brand ambassador for a couple of different wine appellations, one of them being the AOC Picpoul de Pinet, which is pretty exciting. I want to talk to you about that. A ton of experience. I was looking you up a little bit, kind of your beverage director history. I mean, man, you have a lot of experience between 1- and 2-star Michelin restaurants throughout Europe. So a lot of experience in the game.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Well, I mean, let's start with the UK Best Sommelier. How does one become the best sommelier of the UK?
Well, that's always a good question. And I got this question asked so many times. And quite often, most part of my friends or family, they're going to say like, well, you're drinking wine and you become the best to drink wine. Well, that's a bit more complicated than that. Big competition, top sommeliers competition involves a lot. Actually, the day of the competition is probably the easiest because you prepare for that. We've got a lot of theory paper, a lot of questions asked all over the world, wine region, grapes, producers, tea, coffee, water, whatever could be served in a restaurant, even about chef and food. A lot of practical where you need to keep your nerves very, very low. That's 50% of the win.
What's the hardest part about the practical and something like that?
Practical is just to realize that people are called judge when you are before being on stage, but they're not here to judge you. They're just here to see you scoring points with the right some attitude. It's a combination of like knowledge, efficiency, restaurant behavior, and empathy. A lot of empathy is very important. And of course, no stress, no rush. And when it comes to the stage, when it's public, that's really, really the same. That's only for the final. But that's where you need to understand that nobody's filming, nobody's watching you. Everybody around is nice. And you just got to crack on in the same way as you will do in your restaurant on a daily basis. That's pretty much it. And a lot of tasting. I haven't said it, but you need to be capable to be as close as possible with wine. And if you've got a little bit of luck on the day, you can make some incredible call. And I have to say it's been my case and everything worked down very well. So cool. Nice day.
Nicely done. Well, congratulations, man. So you have a very interesting position because we've talked to a couple of brand ambassadors for brands, right? Like they're specific to either a winery or a spirit, but you're actually an ambassador for an entire region, Picpoul de Pinet, which is part of the greater Languedoc-Roussillon in the south of France, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. How did you become an ambassador for a region?
Actually, it's you word it so well because being a brand ambassador for a brand, you stick that on your chest and you just spread the word about your brand. But when it comes to an entire appellation, you're here to actually be the person between the hard work from the vineyard plus the admin and institutional work, combining history, tradition, and development within one single voice. You don't have to speak for one person, you must speak for the entire region. And that's where I think sometimes it could be a little bit challenging to understand that because you're here to get people, to give people and to deliver to people an entire global picture and to show every single aspect of it. So I became an ambassador for Picpoul de Pinet. It's going to be like a bit more than 2.5 years. And now it's been a little bit going further with the AOP Languedoc. So.
What's one of the coolest things about Picpoul de Pinet for somebody who's never been there? They've never had the opportunity to travel there. What's like one of the little coolest things about
the coolest
being
thing
there?
about Picpoul de Pinet, and I've mentioned it this morning, so that just make echo to my ears. It's basically Picpoul de Pinet. It's the sound of the sea. Like you're gonna sit by the beach. You're going to have sun, oysters, fresh glass of white wine. What else can you ask more? Like it's worth 10 hours of plane.
I will say, so I work for a wine import company. We have a phenomenal Picpoul de Pinet, and our boss recently blind tasted us on and we were just like, the whole team was like blown away. We're like, Premier Cru Chablis, like what is this Gruner? Because it's just so zippy. Like there's some really good Picpouls coming out. So I'm not just saying that. I really love that wine. I think there's so much potential there. Not to mention the price point is fantastic for the quality that you get.
I mean, it's for me, that's what I call value for pleasure.
Yeah.
Rather than value for money. Like what this delivers, and it over delivers for the price point. I think it's one of, you mentioned Gruner. We could mention Albarino as well from Rias Baixas.
Sure.
When you take these three, like you and I, we go for a drink, we order that. We even don't have to overthink what we order. We're going to drink the bottle. We're going to be amazed by this bottle. And I think the dynamic of the bottle is incredible.
Yeah.
No, that's for sure. That's one of the things that amaze me. On top of that, if I have to say, and I can even go further with the Languedoc, value for money in this entire region in 3 colors with some specificity like Picpoul de Pinet, but also the rest of the region.
Yeah.
This morning we tasted some amazing rosé under $20.
Yeah.
That's a great,
You have
great asset.
Corbière, some other red wine regions that are some of my favorite. You can get if you see Corbière at the supermarket, wherever you are, under $20, buy it. And it's going to be an amazing wine.
And that's also a very good point because it's not always at the very, very tiny, specific boutique or wine shop. I mean, they can deliver. And I do taste every single wine, not just, the 5 hectare small grower. I go from the cooperative to that tiny boutique winery and like they over deliver.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can have. And I was blown away. Sometimes as a sommelier, you will be a bit snob about it, if I can be honest. You will be like, in a 2 Michelin star, am I going to serve that? But actually, what they deliver on the table and with food and with guests, because they must enjoy it. It's not always like that very small single plot somewhere. A good, standard, well-representative wine from the Languedoc-Roussillon with a good sense of a place, under $50 on the list, there you go.
Yeah.
For sure.
No brainer. I wanted to ask you because you currently live in France, right?
Yeah. I'm back in France. Yes.
Okay. But you spend so much time kind of back and forth, and I think you have a good picture of the different cultures. Like, do you from your perspective, what's a noticeable difference between the drinking cultures that you see between Europe or obviously France in particular versus what you see in the US?
I love to say wine is big at the moment in the world. I would say that there is a little bit more traditionalist approach in the old part of Europe, which in a way is very good because we maintain tradition. But by having made many travel in the US, East, West Coast, I like that sort of wild thing anywhere, anytime. The creativity that producer can have in US, you also find it in the habits of drinking. Like you can drink, sometimes I go to places that look like food court, a bit like on the edge and all. And there is that shop with wine bar and some 70 wine by the glass with the coolest organic producer to the most conventional. Just, I think the habits of drinking, they could be anywhere, anytime in the US. Rather than us, it's a little bit more focused on you have the aperitif, the lunch, and that's it. And you can have an incredible grilled taco with a glass of Malvasia from anywhere in the world at 4:00 in the afternoon. I love that.
Yeah,
I like this sort of dynamic.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing some blind tastings, and I don't want to stress you out here and bring you back to your competition days. There's no pressure. This is a no pressure blind tasting scenario. But Cassandra, what numbers do we have left?
Yes, you can choose 3, 5, 2, 6, 10, 12, or 13.
13, just for the
lucky number 13.
For the lucky number.
All right, I like it. Yeah,
it's cool. But if just the time that the wine comes,
please.
I have to say that's what I keep saying when I teach, when I've got students, which are SOMs or not, or when I've got people to train for competitions or whatever. Having the feeling of the wine is way more important sometimes than just ticking the grid.
Yeah.
It's good to deliver what you think it is, but just being convinced what you think it is. So I think it's, and it doesn't matter.
One more time, sorry. You say it's better to sure about what you're feeling rather than being convinced. It's like getting in your own head.
What I mean is when you say something, make sure that you are 100% convinced and not sure about what you're saying.
Gotcha.
But if you believe it, you say it. And that's a thing that trusting your guts is very important. I remember in the camp, I've changed my call 1 minute and a half before the clock ticked, and I nailed the 3 wines. And I trusted my guts, and that's very, very, very good.
Yeah.
You want me to crack on?
Sir. So, all right.
You need to time it. Normally,
Yes,
I'm the one to do this.
We're going to give you 90 seconds.
There you go.
Just so that you keep moving quickly, okay?
Cool,
Time is going, sir.
That's amazing.
Good luck.
Thanks for sharing that with me. It's a wonderful color, very light, pale, showing a low extraction. There is a very slightly orangey edge. Smells very good. Could be very classic grape variety, low aromatic. I don't get much oak, no much new oak. Grapefruit, dried herbs. I love that savory character. A little bit of laurel, a little bit of thyme, dry thyme. Firm, strict tannins, and the acidity. Red wine with acidity, cooler climate, moderate to high alcohol, fresh, bright, great balance. A little bit of oak involved, but something like an old, large barrel. Tannins are soft. I love that savory, nearly a bit minerality like you would have in a red. I will be tempted between Nebbiolo and Sangiovese. I will call Italy, Tuscany, or Piedmont. I don't have the high tannins that I could have in Nebbiolo. I will say for me it's a Sangiovese, Chianti Classico appellation. I mean DOCG, I don't want to be overly French. Vintage 2021. And I will rave about a pigeon served with a little bit of grilled fig and a lovely sauce, like a juice, like a jus court, as we will say.
With a pairing, too. That's the first time we got a food pairing.
And infused with thyme, of course, that will be, and some datterino tomato.
The savory note, Cassandra,
that's what I will do.
What Chianti Classico, sorry, did you give an age range?
2021.
What's our wine?
Our wine. 13 is.
Holy moly!
Oh, nice Pinot. Good Pinot.
It's here for you.
Thank you. I was tempted with this. They are wonderful Pinot like this. A little bit more of warmth into it, great balance, and I mean.
So this is actually a French winemaker who's making wine in California. So this is Claude Coberly. I don't know if you know him.
I came across many times those bottles actually.
Really?
So that's what is
you're
amazing.
familiar with the brand, yeah.
Good, and Sonomacos for Pinot.
Yeah. Oh my God. I haven't tasted these wines in a while. I thought actually I remember them being a little bit richer, but they're so lively and fresh.
That's so delicate,
Yeah.
like that leafy, herbal, savory, mineral character. Come on, Burgundy needs to wake up.
Oh my God. That's really good.
Yeah, thanks for sharing it.
Yeah, of course. Your descriptors were spot on with the food pairing. I think Claude is going to appreciate that because he's a huge chef. Obviously, he was an ex 3-star Michelin chef out of France. So, man, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully we can do it again soon.
Yeah, anytime.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.